Okay, so welcome to part 3 of how to build a AI follow-up system. In this video, I've built two NAN automations. One that handles the responses that you get from the sequences we created in the last video by text, and the other one that handles the responses you get from the sequences via email. This is basically going to use Twilio's API to check the messages that were received. It's going to reference them in your CRM, in this case Airtable. It's going to categorize them with AI, and then it's going to send a text message with AI, encouraging them to either book on your calendar, giving them more information, or if they're not interested, unsubscribing them from your CRM. It's going to do this all automatically, so you don't have to do anything. For those that are new here, my name's Jake Bat, and I don't just build AI automations. I build real AI systems that you can implement into your business today. If you'd like to access any of these systems, right now it's free. You can join my school community. It just requires you to sign up for free. It's not going to be free forever, so please take advantage while it is not a paid community. It's going to be a paid community. That is the plan. But these automations all connect together, and there is a bit more involved than just watching these tutorials. So I encourage you to join the community and follow along the steps where you can actually implement it into your business. Okay, so these are the automations that we're going to be building here. This here is the SMS version. And then this here is the email version. Obviously a lot easier. There are some nuances to the pair of them. So let's start with the SMS one because it is a little bit more complex than the email version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this onto a different screen, and then I'm going to recreate the SMS version and walk you through what I've done exactly. And I'll do the same for this, but it's super easy to do. Like I said, if you want to download it, click the link below. So let's go ahead, create a new workflow here. So first things first, we're going to set up a schedule for the SMS one, and we'll do this. So what we want to do is we want to have this to run every 5 minutes. I mean, the idea is of this automation is that, when you want it to be running as often as possible because you want to be shooting out replies as they come in, kind of thing. So 5 minutes, schedule step. Okay, next step is a HTTP request. So what we're doing here is, in fact, so hold on a second. So if you've watched video 1 and 2, you should, if you've watched video 2, you should have already created a Twilio number. So that is going to be a necessity for this automation. If you've not done that yet, you can still follow along and understand. But Twilio, here are the numbers. You can buy a number. This is $1.50 a month. This is the number I'm going to be using. And what we're basically going to be doing in the automation is we're going to be referencing the API, the Twilio API. Now, give me 1 second here. Let's do HTTP. We're going to be basically we're going to be pulling the messages as they come in from the API. You can do this with a webhook. I just found it was kind of a nuance, like the trigger in Twilio. So you have to use the API here. So if you followed along on the second video, you will know that your Twilio account has an SID and an auth token. You're going to need that for this. All you're going to do here is you're going to put your SID. It will literally, you can find it on your dashboard. If you just click on account dashboard in Twilio, it will be there right on the first page. You're just going to copy and paste that ID and put it into here, and then additionally, when you've done that, you're going to hit generic credential type. You want to do a basic authorization. I've already set up my Twilio API. And that's all that is the SID and the auth token that's on the dashboard page right here of your Twilio. I'm just not clicking it because then I got to blur it out because I don't want you to see mine. That's all you got to do to set it up. Just select basic authentication, create new credential, and then just put the SID in user and the auth token in password. Hit save, you'll be connected. As you can see, I've already done that. So, okay, that's all you're doing for the Twilio. All this is doing is getting all your messages, and it's going to list them out, and then we're going to handle that data separately. I'm just going to, and then make sure you hit execute. Make sure you hit execute so that you get your data. As you can see, it's collected all my messages. Now the problem here is all these messages, it's giving me the inbound messages and the outbound messages. Now the next step here is we don't want the outbound messages because they're your replies. We want inbound messages only. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a filter. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to select the direction of the messages are inbound only. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to go down to, where is the field? This one here. You're going to grab this. Now it doesn't have to be messages. Hold on a sec. Hold on, I did it differently. Hold on one second. Direction here. It's this here. Grab this direction, and then you want it to be equal to, and then you just type in inbound. And then we're going to add an additional condition, and this is just going to do, so what it's going to be doing here is the date sent, so just drag that field over, is after, so go to date and time, and then it's after or equal to. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because we don't want to get old records. We want it to be either after midnight today or equal to today. So what we're going to do is you're just going to type squiggly bracket, and then a $, put today, and another 2 squiggly brackets. Now that should just fix that. Oh, sorry. Make sure you select expression, then do it again. There we go. That's what we want. And you see there, that's the date and time it's producing. So that's today at midnight. But this will work. Like if I execute this now, it should pull. Yeah, see, it didn't. Sheet. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened there, but this is the correct filter. I just sent another text saying I'm interested. So it may have been that there wasn't. It already ran through earlier on, so it didn't rerun that automation. So send your number a text, the number you created in Twilio, send it a text, tag it, just put I am interested, make sure you send it, and then run it. It should, as long as this says kept one item, you know the filter's working, because I just sent that through and then it came through. Just jump out of this and then just run the whole execution. That's what I did, and it seemed to work. So I'm not sure if there was just like a little glitch there, but yeah, so filter's done. Moving on. Okay, after the filter, we need to handle the data. So we want to split the data. So all we're doing here is we're just going to make, like if you look at all this data, the fields that come out are just, there's too much going on. So we only want the from field, and then we also want the body of the message. And then all we're doing here is, so first off, we're filtering it so they're interested, and then we're going to get the from, the number here, grab that from number, okay, and then just add a little comma here, and then grab that body, pull that over. There we go, no other fields. And then if we execute this, it's just going to give us 2 fields. See? So we've got the from number and the body of the message. Now we want this number because we're going to use the CRM that we set up in Airtable, which is this here. I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay. So let's close that. Okay, so those are 2 fields. So every time this runs, basically all this is going to do is it's calling your number, pulling the logs of the text. It's going to get inbound only text, and it's going to get the recent one. So you're not just pulling a history of your text, it's getting today and after. The reason I've set it like today and after is it's midnight after. So if anyone sends a text today at 2 p.m., that's after midnight, right? I hope that makes sense. And then we're just going to create 2 fields from here instead of grabbing all that data. Then the next step is, I believe, we're going to search your Airtable. So hit Airtable. I did cover how to connect to Airtable in another video. So go to search records. All we're doing here is select your credential. We want the record, and we want it from that same base that we set up. And then the lead list was lead 2. And then we have a special formula here. So the formula that we're creating here is very simple, and I'm going to explain it to you. I'm just going to copy and paste the code in that I don't like how that looks. It's actually correct. I just don't like it. I like it like that. So what this does is it's going to pull that the phone number. Sorry, I've made a mistake here. I've not told you. So this here is the split field. This is the phone number. And now one thing we did in the other videos is we have the phone number as a different format. We have it like like that. We want to change this format because I find this is better. +1, that, and that's how we're going to search Twilio. And so going forward, every format should be like this for phone numbers. Put the plus in the area code and then the number, or the plus in the, I think that's the US dialing code or whatever you call it. So +1, drag this from field into here. So that all this is doing is making sure that the phone matches the message here. And then also we've got this pause field here. So that's just saying if this field pause is selected, so they're either opted out or we've already sent them a reply, it's not going to pull that record and send them a message again. Okay, so that's all you're doing there for the search records. Return all. I don't know if I had that. Did I have return all? Yeah, that's fine. Return all. And let's just execute that, make sure it shows up. There you go, it's pulled the lead because of the number it's found here, and there's no pause field selected. Okay, next step, we're going to update the record in Airtable. All we're doing here is we are going to now, so just select the base again. Okay, and then pull this search ID into here. Okay, so that it pulls the right record. Now we don't need any of this information. The only thing we need to hit is pause, and then the response. If you want to collect the response, go into the split out field and just grab that response and put it in there. Okay, now all that is doing is, because this will be the reply, and because this is the first reply, it's not going to have a conversation with them. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is not a system where you're having a conversation and booking the lead. That's more like an AI agent. I can do that in a different video. But this is more of a one reply, book a calendar link, or like just like a touch point instead of like a converting the lead. It's more of a follow-up system for a touch point. So we're just going to collect that response. We're going to pause it. We don't want to send them another message after this if they're either interested or not. If they aren't, we're moving on. Okay, that's all you're doing there. Update record. Next step, we're going to get an AI model. Let's get OpenAI. And we are going to message a model. Now this part is the fun part. I'm going to create a system prompt. So sorry, select your, just do GPT-4 for now. It's not a big deal. You can use 5 if you want. And then we're going to do a system prompt. You're an intelligent sales assistant. Based on the replies you receive, you will categorize these replies. And then we're going to add a user prompt, and I'm going to share that in a second. Oops. This is a big prompt. So go in expression. Let's open it up. Okay, so you're a helpful assistant that categorizes text replies from leads into one of the 3 categories. And then this is an example of what we want. So we're going to add the reply here from the split out so they can read the message like so. I don't know why that didn't go in. It should. That's weird. Maybe when I execute it. That's weird though, it should. Now we'll just leave that alone. So all we're doing here is we're going to categorize them in 3 categories. It's either not interested, book a call, interested. Now I know book a call and interested can actually be very similar, so you might want to just do one or the other, or if you want to change it, or instead of book a call, maybe you want to do they've asked a question, and then have this as interested. This is totally up to you. This is where you have the freedom to change the prompt however you want. This is just for demonstration purposes. So here are the rules. If the lead asks for details or requests to discuss further, return book a call. They're showing strong buying intent and ready for a personal demonstration. What I do here is I send them a link. If the lead shows general or soft interest, looks good, I'm interested, or tell me more without specific ask, return interested. If they say no, ask to unsubscribe. Negative sentiment, return not interested. Only return 1-word category. So this is not the responses. This is just categorizing them. So that's good. Save that. Do I need to simplify output? I mean, we are outputting this. Yeah, no, it's okay. Just leave it like that. That's totally fine. Next step. What do we do next? Okay, so I added a little, this part you don't necessarily need, but I added an if module in here. And all I'm doing here is, why are these not working? There we go. Okay, so all I'm doing here is I'm saying if this is interested, or if this is book a call, call. And I'll get into why I'm doing this. I spelled interested wrong. Okay, interested, book a call. Make sure you don't make a spelling mistake there, or that's not going to work. So if it's interested, which it is, there we go, book a call. Let's bring this down here so we're on the same screen. And then, so I'm going to have two routes here. And the only difference is, if they're interested or they want to book a call, I'm going to ping you. I'm going to ping whoever, the owner, whatever. I'm going to send an internal notification. If it's false and they're not interested, I'm not going to let you know. Like, who cares? Like, they're going to be unsubscribed, or they're going to be hit paused anyway. And maybe you can have an update field that says not interested in here. If they go down the interested, I'm not doing that in this. It's getting a little bit complex as it is. OpenAI. So all we're doing here is we're going to message a new model. Now this is where the good stuff is. GPT-4. I don't think I set a system prompt. A lot of people set these system prompts. I don't even know if they actually make any difference. I think AI is getting super good now, but if you want to have it in, go ahead. I'm going to open this up here. So you're a helpful sales assistant based on the lead's reply and their category. Generate a short professional text. Leads category. So all you're doing here is you're going to feed it the Categorize AI and just paste that into here or drag that over. Then you're going to drag in the lead's reply so the AI can read the message. Now here are the rules. If category book a call, invite them to book a call and include this link. If category interested, thank them for their interest, give a helpful next step and encourage booking a call with this link. Okay, so they both, book a call and interested, both basically do the same thing. So you can change that if you want. I just did it for this. All I want to do is I want to send them a link for them to book a call and be on my calendar, and I don't have to do anything other than attend the call. If not interested, thank them politely, confirm they won't receive more messages, and you'll remove them from your list. And then here's some very important formatting for the text response. Obviously, the email node is going to be different. Start with use. So what I'm doing here is I'm just pulling their first name. This field here, I've just dragged that in. So use their first name in a greeting if available, just for that personalization. Keep it short. This is a follow-up only, under 160 characters. Friendly, concise, conversational tone. Include the CTA, which in this case is the calendar link. Do not use HTML tags. And that is called create your message. And that's it for the text. That's just basically formatting and what you're going to do. Like I said, modify this, for your own business, but I'm just trying to keep it simple, casual, and without going into crazy details. You can make this way more complex if you want to. Okay, and now, next step, we're going to send them a text. So go to your Twilio node. If you watch video 1 and 2, you'd have already had this set up. All we're doing here is we're just going to send a message. Okay, send a message. Now we want to just grab that number from Twilio. Go here. Just delete these spaces. And then you want to send it to, so you want these to execute. Oh, damn it. Damn you. Let's execute this. Let's delete this. Hold on a second. Let's let this go through. And because that was paused, it did not work. So let's uncheck that. Let's run that again. I just want to get the fields all the way through. Okay, now once that's done, now get your Twilio. I'm sure there's a better way to do that. I just find it easier. Okay, so now grab that number again. Just paste that in, delete the spaces. Okay, now all I'm doing here is, Airtable is my CRM, so I'm just going to pull the number from the CRM, and that's where it's going to send the message to. I just want to make sure I got the right field here. Now let's do it. Instead of using the search records, in case there's a mistake, let's use it won't be a mistake. Let's use the split out field, so we just know we're replying to the right one. message from, put that in there. Now the message is this guy here. You just drag that in. As you can see, it's just sent this simple text message. That's all we want to do. We want to keep this simple. Texting is not the place to have long-winded messages. This is just for logistics only. Okay, that's good. Text is sent. And now let's add, I like this part. This was actually my wife's idea because I didn't think to do this. Okay, so Gmail, again, you've probably already set this up. That's cool. Let's do send a message. So I just thought it would be a good idea for anyone that's interested to notify the sales rep or the owner or whatever, just to give them some information, just to say, oh, you've got an interested lead, maybe it requires some sort of manual intervention. I don't know. So all I do is send it to my email. This is my email. You can email me if you want. Subject, interested lead, reply ASAP. I mean, it's already been replied, so no big deal. Message. I actually have this copy and pasted, so give me a second. Let's grab that, open it up. So as you can see here, now we're using HTML, so it's formatted nicely. Could have done it a bit better here too. Excuse me. Let's go like this and make it look nice. Okay, so all I've done here is I've just included the lead's name from the search records. Why is it doing that? Why has it done it like that though? It's like, right. So I'm just gonna drag them over because I like to see the green. It's not anyway. I don't know what's going on. So that's all correct anyway. So just grab the name from search records, grab the phone number, and then the reply. I've also included it's in the split out field. I don't know why I've done that, but it would have been it would have been updated. So yeah, pull the split out reply, because this one might be different. This is going to be correct, update record, but this split out here. So just use this. We know this is the actual message, and then just drag that in here. I just added quotation marks. Okay, so all this is doing is going to send an internal email saying you've got a new lead. Here's the details. Here's their reply. Here's their phone number. Of course, make this look better if you want. Just do that, whatever. I don't know. It's just a cool part. It's just an internal notification, but if I execute that, you should see, there we go, that has been sent. So let's go to my email just to see if it's there. There we go, interested lead. You have a new lead that's just been labeled interested. Please review response and reach out ASAP. And then there's the details of the lead. Okay, so that's just an internal notification. I just thought that was cool to add. You don't have to do it. Okay, now the next step is we want the non-interested ones. No one wants to deal with these, but we got to. OpenAI. I think I just used the exact same prompt here. I did. And this, yeah, so literally just go and grab these two fields here, or just grab them all, copy, paste, bring them over here. Oh, I didn't actually grab the email, so that's perfect. So you just copy and paste those, bring them over here, connect them. You want to have a look at them. It's the exact same thing. We've just got these not interested. It's just going to send them this direction, and then the text message. It's going to send them a text message. The message is basically going to say if you're, we'll remove you from the list, blah, 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 you're not interested. Okay, and now I think we are set for texting here. So there you have it. So there's texting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example right now. So let's go to here. Let's turn off the pause. So this is just the CRM. So assuming you've got, so if you've been running them through the 8-step sequence we created, which would be, let me just pull it up. Let's save that a sec. Let's go to AI follow-up sequence. So this is the part 2 video where we have the 8-step sequence. It's going to run them through this here, email, SMS, email, email, SMS. So say one of them replies by text, I'm interested. That's the whole point. Or I'd like to learn more or whatever. Then when that text hits, you're going to have this on. this automation is going to run. Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one. Ignore that. Ignore that. We just created it. Where is it? Oh my God. This one here. This is going to run. Okay, so I'm going to send myself a text right now as a demo, and then I'm going to run this, and you're going to see. I'll pull the text up on my screen as well. So I'm going to pause this for a second and send a text. Okay, so I've just sent myself a text. Obviously, this automation is not on, so it's not ran it yet. But I'm going to show that on the screen. I record my videos on my phone, so that's why I can't just text it while I'm live. So what I'm going to do is execute this. You're going to see this run, and then I'm going to pull up the response, but I'll show you the response on this automation anyway. So let's execute that. As you can see, it's working. It's already done it. It's already categorized. It's drafted a message, sent that message, and then it sent me an email. So here's the reply it sent. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up a text here so you can see the text that it sent. So that's the SMS side done. Now, I'm not going to over-explain this right now. I'm going to jump straight into the email side. It's much quicker. There's just a couple of nuances, but here we go. SMSs are set. Let's move on to, and in fact, if you look at the interested lead, it would have shown you, it should have done another one. There you go. So there's the interested lead. That was the message that I sent to the AI. And that was the reply, and then maybe I should even have a field with the reply that AI sent. Done. That's going to work in the background. All you got to do is make sure you save this workflow. Then when you turn it on, this is going to be working. Make sure it's running every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, it's just going to keep checking. You know, if you get a message in an hour, you know it's gonna get to it within 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to leave it off for now, but you turn that on, and that will just work its magic. Let's move on to email because this video is getting long. New workflow. Okay, so all we do here is we're going to have Gmail trigger. Then we're going to do the same thing, search the Airtable, update the Airtable, create a message in AI, or sorry, categorize response in AI, then create a message, then send that message. Okay, so very easy to do. It's literally the same thing just with Gmail, but there is some settings that we have to change in the Gmail, which I'll get into in a second. Okay, so trigger on message received, right? I forgot to, oh yes, that's what, no, sorry, okay, so there's a couple things we have to do with the email side, right? First step is we need to go back to that first automation we set up where we email, let's just save this a second. This is the Gmail trigger. We know where we set up the automation that, let's get into here, AI follow-up sequence, this email, where is it? Follow-up sequence email only. Where did I do it though? I did it somewhere. Shoot. Actually, sorry, no, we did part 2. So go back to part 2 workflow that we created in video 2. I'm going to link them below. Now, all we're doing is in the send a message, we're going to add this field here, send replies to info@exuto.com. Now, that's a separate email address that I've got. So what I've done is anyone that, when I send this, now if we can, let's see if we can execute this real quick, see if this works. Oh, it might be paused. Hold on. Let's unpause it a second. Let's run this. Okay. It's running. It's creating a message. Hopefully it goes this way. Yes, it did. Perfect. So what I've done here is I've added any replies in the email that I send to the client. Anything they reply to is going to reply back to info@exuto.com. Now, the reason I've done that is because the trigger is going to have, what am I doing here? Hold on. I'm not quite sure how to explain this part, but basically all the replies are going to go to one inbox that's not my own. And I'm going to monitor that inbox so that when I trigger in Gmail, I'm only pulling replies from customers. I'm not pulling like any random old thing, you know, like your subscriptions and all that stuff. So send replies to a second inbox. And in this case, I've got that reply in here. And as you can see, it's done the opposite of what I want, but it's labeled them AI replies. Okay, and that's what I want. Okay, so go back to that automation, send replies to info@exuto.com. Now, go back to the automation we were building. which is here, and then go to Gmail trigger, and then go to add filter, and then we want label names, and then you want to have AI replies. Okay, now you're not going to have this created, and I'm going to show you how to create that in a second, but it's going to basically pull anything that has the label AI replies. So let me go back to my email. Where is AI replies? There it is, AI replies. So as you can see, it's actually got a bunch of crap that it shouldn't have. That's just because I've got it onto that second email. So you want to basically create, you know what? You want to create an email address that's just dedicated for replies. So no reply or replies at bloody-blah.com. And then you're going to go into your Gmail. You're going to go into the settings, and then you're going to go to filters, and then you're going to create this filter here. So click on create new filter. I'm just going to edit it because I've already done it. And then you just want to have the filter be info at the address that it's to, right? So, oh man, why has it done that? Sorry, I hope that makes sense because it's getting a little confusing. So I'm going to delete this so you can understand what I'm on about. Okay, so create new filter to address info@exuto.com because that's what the replies are going to send to. And then create that filter. Okay, and then apply the label and then create a new label. I've already made it, AI replies, create filter. Okay, so that filter is anyone that replies to any of that sequence is going to go into this AI replies filter box, which will then, this is the trigger here that's going to read anything that goes into the AI replies. It's going to respond to it. Now, I hope that makes sense. It was kind of confusing. It took me a minute to figure that out, but that's basically what we want to do. So now, if I myself a test email to .com, I am very interested in learning more, send, then we'll go into AI replies. You see that response is right there. When I run this, it should pick up that email. So let's just go ahead and run it. And I believe it did. Or maybe it didn't. AI replies, message received. It didn't work, so I don't know why it didn't work.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what happened was, I think I have an idea. But so I sent it from the same domain to the same domain. So what I did is I just logged into my Gmail and I just sent a reply to info@exuto.com because that's what we set the filter at. I just put reply. I am very interested in hearing more. So fetch test. There we go. Can you send me more information? This is a reply. So that's what I just sent. So that's all set. I don't know what was going on initially. Anyway, so once you retrieve that, you need to set another Airtable. You're going to search records again, literally the exact same thing we did for the SMS. In fact, I'll speed this up maybe, or I'll do it again just in case. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. I apologize. It's there's a different filter. Leads. We want leads 2, and then we're going to add this filter here, which is different. Let me open this up. I'm going to grab this. Very, very easy to do here. All we're doing is we're checking if this email exists within this database, okay? Which it will, because it's this one here. Oops. So, and then you just drag over the email address from the trigger, which is not the labels, it's this guy here. Is that how I did it before? Just drag that in. Yep, there you go. I don't think I did that. How did I do it? I don't think I did it like that. Give me 1 second here. I want to check what I did. I think I know why. Hold on. It's this. I didn't want to simplify it. I want that filter, fetch test event. There we go. Then go to search records. Then instead of that, because the reason we won't want to do that is going to add that kickback. We just want the filter of the email address only. We don't want anything else but the email address, which I believe was this. But it wasn't this one. It was It was this here, you see? So then we want to put that in your filter for Airtable, just like that. So you see it just shows the email address and it doesn't carry over any other data like JBat or anything like that. And then that should just work. It should pull that, yep. And then it's pulled this here in the CRM. Good to go. And now all we want to do the same, excuse me. We're going to Airtable, update, update a record. Okay, go to the same guys. And then we want to add the pause, and we definitely want to include the response. And then I believe that's all I did there. Response, do we want it from, no, sorry, making all kinds of mistakes. We want the Gmail trigger, and then we want the response from Gmail, which is that. Yeah, we want that response, then we want to pause it, and that's all we want to do here. Moving on. Okay, OpenAI. Now we're going to categorize, messenger model, categorize responses. I'm not going to explain these again. It's the exact same thing that I did in the text one. System prompt. All you're changing here is you're going to based on the replies. No, oh, I thought I changed it to emails, but you're not. And then prompt. Okay, exact same thing. It's just about emails. I'll open it up real quick so you can see, and you just want to add the response field, which will be in the update record. I don't know why you can't see the schema. It doesn't matter anyway. That's going to work because that's going to pull. Hold on. Let's execute these guys. Execute flow. Oh God. Okay, why is that not working? Oh, sorry. In the update, we missed a step. Pull this ID in. There you go. And then let's execute that. There you go. OpenAI. System prompt. AI. Leave that alone. User. Open this up. There we go. We just want this response. So the response will be updated now if it's in the update record. So just drag that into here. This is the exact same categorization thing. Not interested, book a call. Leave that alone. That's it. That's that done for the categorization. Then you want to do another OpenAI. And now here's where you're going to draft the email. GPT-4 user. Now this is slightly different, so I will cover this here. Let me just copy this in. Go. Let's open this up. So the difference here is obviously you're going to add the category from. You know what? Why does it do that? Leave this alone though. I hate that. Let's execute this. Okay. Now open this up. Okay, so here we go. You're a helpful sales assistant based on the lead's email or reply. So we're just going to tag the category that will be produced here from this content field, drag that over. Then you're going to tag the reply, which will now be in the update record, put it in here. And then here's the rules for the categorization. We're inviting them to book a call, but slightly different formatting. You're going to have a little bit more words. You're going to use the first name if it's available. You're going to use HTML for formatting, and you're going to sign it as Jake Bat, or obviously your name. Feel free to change this. Just keep everything in here, like in points. But if you want to change the rules, just keep adding it in. This structure seems to work best with prompts. And Bob's your uncle. If you hit execute now, it should just write an email. And it's in HTML. It's got a link there for my calendar. Book a 30-minute call. They were interested. So that's done. Now send an email. So Gmail, I'm just going to send a reply now to the prospect, send a message. Simple, very easy now. All we need to do is the to field. So why has it done that? Yeah, to field. So obviously use the search records. You've got the right email, so you know that's right. Put that there. Subject. I actually didn't have a subject, but you know what? I'm just gonna put reaching out. You can make AI create a subject field. It's actually covered in the other video. I just didn't do it here. So I'm just putting a manual subject. Feel free to change that. It's very easy to do. Then just drag your message into here. So you've got your to email, your account's connected, your message is here. If we execute this now, I should get a response. Not in here. Oh no, yeah, I'm the lead. So here we go, reaching out. Hey, HTML, thanks for your interest. I'd be happy to send you more information to ensure blah, blah, blah. It would be great to connect briefly, better understand what you're looking for. So that's AI that's wrote all that. I didn't give it anything really, just said write me an email. It's done all that based on the prompts that we had and we created in video 1 and 2, and then it's even hyperlinked it. Book a call here, and this is my calendar link. And then they can book a call with me if they want. So that's kind of cool. So that's all done. There you have your Gmail email response handler now. Now, I apologize, this video's gotten way bigger, way longer than I thought it would. But you have everything here now. You've got your SMS response handler. It's a bit more complex than this. Let's go back to that, save that. You've got your Gmail response handler. And then if you watch video 1 and 2, you've already got the sequences built out. So literally, all you've got to do at this point, and now you've obviously spent a couple hours building these out. It takes a while. If you want me to build something like this for you, please send me a message. But you just need to update your CRM, have that follow-up step, send them through that sequence. If they reply, you've now got your SMS. If they reply by text or by email, you've got your automation here waiting for that reply. If they reply, instead of you just ignoring them because you're busy on a job or whatever you're doing, busy, whatever, like it doesn't matter what you're doing, you've got AI handling the texts, and then you've got AI handling the Gmail responses and booking them in your calendar. And then if they are interested, you're going to get an internal notification so you can have oversight. Hope you like this automation. Please join my community if you have any questions on setting this up, or if you just want to download this for free, by all means, join my community. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.